As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Ducks will put total weather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the USC Trojans offense will start this game off with the football. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Flips it out to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Trojans will punt it away on fourth down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He gets a block. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. So Oregon's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
To the air, it's Vaughn. Got his man. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On the option. They'll try the run. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up the first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Off the play fake on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. To the air on first down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Duarte. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains, it's at the 37. The Trojans are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Floats it out in space. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job on the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used.
There he goes. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And I tell you, I love this call early in the game. You know why? You get your quarterback hit early. He gets hit. Wait a minute. Nerves settle. Everything's good. You show the defense that he's a threat to run the football. I love that call early in the football game.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Shoots it to the left. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Oregon. How about this defense taking one back to the house? What about the speed of that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Duarte. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the
I'm pressing triangle.
just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
That was
Time
crazy.
winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Leaves it with the running back. Nice move there. And he'll be stopped for no gain and will be stopped for the end of the first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Wide receiver comes in motion. The play action fake. Wide open downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering for to score. They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up first and goal. They'll try to run it in. And this was just a low-man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. They'll try it again from the 1 on second and goal. Secondary walks up on the line. And touchdown, Southern Cal!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself and gets into the school.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back. What a good play.
Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast and low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run the option. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. Gives it on the option. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. They want to get this defense on its heels. Here comes the option. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Ducks back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning. Oh, he's got some space. He's got 50 yards rushing, and he is a virtual lock to have a 1,200-yard season. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Touchdown, Ducks! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? You want to keep your offense on the field? Wear down the defense? Put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down. Sweet spin. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a first down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out. They find those guys. Just such an easy place to recruit when you've got that kind of pedigree. You always find superstars at the quarterback spot.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Zings it complete to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Duarte. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Duarte. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Holds and fires complete to the right. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And now a chance to pull even as we get late.
Oh, come on, you gotta catch that. You right down the line.
But you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They played keep away with the football, but if this defense can make one more stop on 3rd and goal, they might force a field goal attempt. Here's a heat. Oh, and he got drilled, and he just got rid of the football. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll bring it out. It's DeLuca. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Offense changing the play. Off play action. Under fire. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. The Ducks will line up to punt it away. Corrals, and he loses the football. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And the Trojans will kick it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's DeLuca. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Snap to the back. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Behind the chains now on second and long. Fine play action. A strike downfield. He gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition.
He's going for the big play. He stopped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm, and I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Ducks will go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. That took nerves of steel to convert that fourth down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the third quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big fourth down conversion.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
They'll give him one to the 28-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up fourth down.
The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Rides the back and leaves it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds space on the right. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Starting this drive like that is they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Off the play fake. Slithers into space.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Breaks into the open. Fights off the defender. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. It's a draw and some room to work. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Now on the option. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So 1st down will open up the final period. On the option. To the 15. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't work on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 8. The give on the option. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Touchdown, Ducks! Great job by the back on the option. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
Working that left side. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds the tight end. At the 45 on his way. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunks chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Now the play fake. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Pulls it in. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Just keep slinging it. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There's a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. Got a little space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. On the option. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores...
Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The Trojans will hustle to the line. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the catch. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times. You've turned the football over. Like, continue.
The end zone. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at touchdown Ducks. The defense takes matters into its own hands. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Tulsa is in front. They've answered the bell today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 7 over Florida Atlantic. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got him downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Motion from the wide receiver. The play action fake. He's got an open man. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's a fumble on the play. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And the Trojans with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. There he goes. Oh, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
You had to wonder about this guy's confidence coming into this one. He put it on the ground in their last game. They lost. He had to hear about it all week long in the media, and now he's just put it on the ground again.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be 3rd down. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.